Man, well, I got two turntables and a microphone. It's where it's at, and man, it's a new live stream angle, and it's just a better angle. Like, do you really need to see? Do you really need to see this? Like, you know what I mean? I can talk to you guys like this, and then I'll read like this. Talk to you guys like this, like two turntables and a microphone. And honestly, I wish the thumbnail was better. I don't know if the thumbnail's decent or not. Just light on. Is everything on? Like, what the fuck's going on? But new camera angle. Look, and I can go lower. Like, if this camera angle is silly, I'll go lower too. Like, you know what I mean? It don't matter to me. And this is not this is oops. This is non-alcoholics. This is a non-alcoholics beer. I don't even think it's a beer zone. That's like this is a Michael Bublé. But wait till I'm done. Wait till I'm done. I will make this drink non-Christmas. I will make this drink non-Christmas party legible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. Like, this angle, as much as it might be flattering to me, man, look at that. Look at look at that. As much as it's flattering to me, it's not the right angle. Like, how am I gonna look up here and talk? Look, you know what I mean? Like, hey, remember that time where and then I look down, like, you know what I mean? Like, let me take it out. Let me take this off. Let me take this off this fucking. That's a like Johnny Azul says. That's a silly aerial view. An Ariel. That's a shitty aerial view. And we all know you mean the Little Mermaid. We all know you mean that Little Mermaid. Oh, hey, hey, guy, isn't this much better? Light up that thumb. Don't bother lighting up that. It don't fucking that thumb don't even matter at this point. Like Johnny Azul, like my days of caring, my days of caring are like. You ever see that X-Men Days of Future Past? That's what my YouTube channel is. Days of Future Past. Like, you know what I mean? Like, used to care, used to have growth, but now, bah, you don't give a fuck. And the growth is gone. Like, the growth is gone. If anything, I will talk my way into new friends, new subscribers, this and that. And then some of the old ones, when I post a new video, they're like, I'm gone. I'm gone. We're not at 360. We're at 259 subscribers. We're at less than what it was subscribers. You know what I mean? So yes, also light up that thumb, and the algorithm could help me. The algorithm could help. Maybe that's my problem. The old algorithm, the old algorithm that I haven't not been caring about could could be potentially. And man, what a deep sit. I was like fuckered as fuck. I brought my glasses, so I will still be able to read a comment because that was my main issue. What was it, Friday? I was like, Bob, check it, and I'm trying to like I'm up close. Like, what did he say? Like, trying to like make out like couldn't even read. Like I have like you know when people say like, oh, what's your level of education? Yes, I will click grade 12, and yes, I will also click some college. Because man, this dead poop. He did construction courses, but he also did like a fucking accounting course. Like I got my level 1 and 2 bookkeeping. And if that looks weird, sounds weird, go fuck yourself. Because I know a number or two. And the only reason why I quit that was it is a bullshit. Like you guys are in the U.S. Okay, you got the Holton College, and Marco, some perfect guy to come in at the perfect. This urban fella is like, I have nothing. I've not done nothing with my life. And then he's like, oh, Holton College. And then he's like wrenching on a wrench. He's like, I'm paying bills now. And he's wrenching on a wrench. I went to Compy College for accounting. And the fact that I was getting like 100% on all my tests, that was sus. That was very sus. I'm like, how am I? How am I? Yes, I'm a smart dude, and yes, I do agree. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my genius is unpercented, unpercented. But I'm like, man, how am I getting hundreds? This is a fucking like Marco. This is an MLM. This college is a money making college scam. Like, you know what I mean? An MLM, and it's a college like the Rochester like community college urban fella. Like next thing you know, he's working. But really, if his credit's good, he doesn't have a drug background. He's served no time in jail. Like, couldn't he have gotten the job anyways without the Holton College? Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the commercial, the job that he ended up eventually getting was almost like nothing to brag about. It's like, oh man, like guess what? I went to Holton College and now I'm a Walmart fucking stock boy. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you could Walmart stock boy with a grade 12 and a shady pass. A grade 12 and a shady pass, you could still Walmart shop like fucking stock boy. You know what I mean? And man, you have yet to talk about those MLMs, the college ones, the bullshit money maker college MLMs. You know what I mean? Yo, or unless I'm reading it wrong, yo. You know what I mean? I think he means yo. But at the same time, like you know what I mean, as a reader, as an avid reader, like I'll read a paragraph or two in a day or two, and it's like that's a yo. That's a motherfucking yo. Yeah, Johnny Azul, an urban fella. Like, you know what I mean? On these infomercials, they're promoting an urban fella getting out of the situation that he's dealing with. And I don't know if that's 2 babies mamas, 3 babies mamas, but with a little bit of Rochester College, next you know, this fella's wrenching on a wrench, making that good money, making making that teens an hour, making that teens an hour. No, it hasn't snowed in St. John yet, but it's before Christmas, and some of the mornings gets cold enough. Like, man, we could have a flurry. We could have a flurry, and depending on what's going on that day, it could be like sketch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. There's a dusting of snow, and here we are. I gotta get to somewheres, or the kids has got to get to somewheres. That's gonna be a slow, careful get to with a possible accident in the future, and that could happen. But yes, I will put on the winter. I will put on the winter studded fucking tires eventually. You know what I mean? Like you got to. You got to prepare for the worst out here. Like you know when like are you a Boy Scout? I am. And when I used to work construction, you know what I used to do? And people like the older guys were like, "You're a fucking idiot." No, not you're a fucking idiot, but razz me a little bit. Is man, on that day where it's gonna rain, you know what I do? I already have a fucking rain suit on. It's like, wow, it's like, and they're making fun of me. It's like, it's not raining right now. I'm like, yeah, I know this, but they're calling for rain. It will rain later. I'm like, when do you want to get stuck in the rain? With no rain suit or with a rain suit? So yes, I'd have it on early, and guess what? I was Mr. Dry and such. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will I will be dry. I will be dry out of pure reasonableness. Out of pure reasonable. They supply you a free fucking rain suit. Once you put it on before it rains, and you won't even get wet, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You're too busy fucking smoke pit fucking chirping at me for having it on. Man, it's gonna rain. And that's my like snow. That's like my winter tire excuse. Is like, do you want your winter tires on after the snow or before the snow? And then boom, you know what that does? That quiets down the whole fucking snow pit. That whole fucking smoke pit. You got a snow, you got a fucking rain suit, you fucking blah blah blah. And I'm like waiting, like building up, and then I'm like, what are you gonna do? Put your winter tires on after it snows? And then they realize I am the smartest smoking man that's slowly killing himself in the room. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the smoker's pit. And Ferg called me out for being cheap tonight. Well, I called myself out. So this is how it went down. We go to this one bar, and it's like, a drink, a drink, a drink, a drink. And Ferg's like, I got this. So, anyways, we go to another bar, and this is like, a drink, a drink, a drink, a drink, a meal, appetizers, a drink, a drink, a drink. Anyways, I get the bill. The bill's like fucking close to $100. And normally, how it works is, and this is the only reason why I'm not such a cheapskate. The way it works is the payer pays the bill. Technically, he's irresponsible for a tip. You know what I mean? But yes, I tip like $5 on like 85. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tip $5 on 85. Weak, weak as fuck. But I expected Ferg to drop in that, like, here I am playing electronically. So there's nothing to show. So I'm expecting Ferg to drop that real life cash on the table. Let this fucking waitress like slide a toonie or two or a 5 sheet in her pocket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can pay for diapers tonight, darling. Uh, but he didn't. So anyways, we walk out of there, and I noticed it. I was like, dude, man, you didn't tip? He's like, no, you said you had it. I was like, man, I said I had it, but I only tipped $5 out of fucking 85. Weak game. And then next thing you know, we're like pooling our money together. Like, man, we gotta fucking like make this tip right. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Is the Ice Shack officially not happening this winter? The Ice Shack is very limitedly probably not even happening. I gotta fix a roof. I gotta strengthen the roof, fix a roof. Now there's mold in it. I gotta fucking, I don't know, like spray nine the mold off, wipe it down, which is no big deal. Like, here I am talking about mold, but that's like I don't know, a 20-minute add-on to it with I don't know, like a 3 hour roof repair. Um, but it all depends on fucking Ferg's schedule. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do not want to deal with this shack without Ferg. We're partners. It's a big enough shack, and you know what? You know what Ferg brings to the table? Like, 3 human beings. Like, you know what I mean? Me and Ferg alone. Me and Ferg alone can move this shack. Or if Ferg's not there, I need like three human beings to fucking replace him, and it's not gonna go as smooth. You know what I mean? So if Ferg's not around, well, fucking fuck this bullshit. You know what I mean? Would you drink hot dog flavored vodka? And that depends on what the kind of hot dog flavor. If it's like if you're ghetto and you're like and man, I'll say this without meaning it a whole lot, but man, I mean it a whole lot. If you have okay, you're poor as fuck. You have hot dogs in your house. The most ghettoest way, the stupidest, the worst way to even cook a hot dog would be to water boil it. Boom, because you're boiling all the flavor out of it for one. And isn't a pan fry hot dog just as easy, way better? Isn't a fucking microwave hot dog way quicker? Like, man, there's way more way to do a hot dog than to boil one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who fucking boils a hot dog today? Unless you're homeless and you only got the gear to be able to boil a hot dog. But even then, you let me know. You let me know about your shitty gear, fucking homeless fella, and I will give you a second hot dog option. That's way better than boiling one. Like, come on. Like, no one has to do that. No one has to do that. Like, man, you're the homeless guy. And what? You make a fire and put a hot dog on a stick? Isn't that better than all the hot dog options I've already discussed? That's like a stick hot dog on a fire is better than pan fry. Way better than boiled. Better than microwave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, hot dog best on the grill. That's what I mean. Like, yes, hot dogs are not horrible any style, but there's a better way to do it. There's a better way to do it. Like Chef Gordon Ramsay would be like, "Oh, you're boiling your hot dogs? You fucking donkey! You fucking donkey! You're boiling your hot dogs? You fucking donkey!" You know what I mean? It's like microwave it at least. Was Thanos a hero for snapping half of everyone out of existence? The only thing Thanos was wrong about was going random. Because Johnny Azul, like, aren't you and I just a coin toss away of like being turned to dust? And I don't know if I would be friends with Thanos. Like, it's not like I'm friends with Post Malone and I find him cool. But man, if I was friends with Thanos, I'd be like, okay, yeah, dude. You want to snap away 50? But let me give you a list first. Let me give you a list that probably shouldn't be snapped away. Like, man, these people are cool. Like, have a little thought behind it. Like, not just go all snappy willy nilly. Like, you know what I mean? DK in the house. And yeah. Grill hot dogs are the best. And on that frying pan, you know what's a game changer? And it doesn't take much. And you have to wait till it's cooked. But you add a little barbecue sauce to the frying pan, and that barbecue sauce will burn. That's why you have to wait till your hot dogs are pretty much cooked and well done. Like, you know what I mean? Bacon wrapped with onions and peppers. Sam fucking here. Sam fucking here. What are you doing here? Are you trying to Martha Stewart hot dogs? Are you saying you like bacon wrap and onions and peppers in your truck? Like, come off it, dude. If you're gonna take time to bacon wrap hot dogs, peppers and onions, it sounds delicious. I want some. Please bring it to my potluck. Please, you take the effort and bring it to my potluck. But at the same time, man, if you were to bacon wrap anything else with onions and peppers, it would be way better. Like a bacon wrap jalapeno with cream cheese. That's good. You know what I mean? That's good. That's good. You know, why are bold hot dogs even a thing? Bold hot dogs are a thing because you can serve the masses off one water pot. Like, you know what I mean? Let's say my frying pan. Man, not to brag, but man, ladies, take notes. I have a fucking 9-inch frying pan. I have a thick frying pan, ladies. And this frying pan, can it take a 12-pack of hot dogs? Barely. But a pot of boiling wonders, like a pot of boiling water, wouldn't that take infinity hot dogs? Like, wouldn't a pot of boiling water take infinity hot dogs? And that's a selling point right there. Like, how many hot dogs? Infinity, like infinity. Yeah, and DK, I mean, bowling is the worst. You offer me a bowling hot dog, and I'm your guest. I will say, do you have any mustard in the fridge? Thank you very much, and I will eat it and be happy with it. But isn't that the worst way to fucking eat a hot dog? Even a fucking microwave hot dog that takes like fucking 45 seconds has a little bark to it. You know what I mean? California bacon wrapped hot dogs from a chick who don't speak English are my thing. Those hit the spot. What makes it Californian? Californian bacon wrap hot dogs. So there's bacon around this hot dog. I assume a little bit of cheese. Why wouldn't you? But what makes it California? And man, not to judge Johnny Azul, but you know when people say, "Oh, it's a California this," you know what I assume? Like rice and seaweed. Are you putting rice and seaweed on these fucking hot dogs? Like fuck. Okay, I mean that sounds like California bullshit. You know what I mean? Can I be on the list? Um, list of what? The potluck? Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah, man. You can come to the potluck, but you best not be showing up with steamed weenies or buns. Like buns is a weak potluck move too. It's like, "Ah, I'm showing up to the potluck. I got a bag of chips and buns." Guess what? So does the fucking other like five fucking cheapskates. The five other cheapskates got the buns and the fucking chips covered. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bring a macaroni salad or something. A pepperoni tray or something. That's the LA street dog style. Bacon wrap with onions and peppers. That is the fucking LA street style. And man, that does sound like a great hot dog. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I like green peppers. I like onions. You know what's better than a hot dog raw? Something on it. Something on it. Like something on it. I've only ever seen bacon wrapped hot dogs in California cities. Nowhere's on the East Coast. You know what we have on the East Coast because we're cheap as fuck, and like the price of housing, and the job market, and fucking Brian Higgs or Premier. We have simulated bacon bits. We have simulated bacon bits on our hot dogs. Oh, you want bacon on that? And next thing you know, they're like, chicka, chicka, chicka. Simulated bacon bits. That's what you get from our street vendors. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want real bacon? And go the fuck to the west side of this fucking continent. You know what I mean? You're getting that cardboard bacon. You're getting that bacon wetness. As soon as those fucking like simulated bacon pieces hit like wetness, like even a Caesar salad, it's like the crunch is gone, but the flavor is there. Like they fake bacon flavor very well. I find sold out of bars. What sold outside of bars 2 a.m. And we used to have that hot dog guy. Like honestly, we used to have that hot dog guy be like you like get out of the bars like, oh, I got smoky sausages. Da, da, da. You want cheese on it, and it'd be grilled. It'd be like cheese whiz. You want bacon, and then be like like fucking cheap old bacon bits. But man, at like 2 a.m., that fella had a niche market, good enough to be like, I'll pay whatever. Like I'll pay whatever. I see myself adding so many extra toppings to a fucking street vendor hot dog guy that one hot dog, one piece of bread with the one meatloaf in it, one hot dog be like an $8 item. And where in the world? Where in Australia, Africa? No, no. Antarctica? No, 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 no. Where in the world would you pay for an $8 hot dog? Like, like nowheres, like straight up nowheres. What topping do I put on ice cream? Fuck, Johnny, man, that's a silly question. You know what topping I put on ice cream? A second scoop of ice cream. Like, you know, what I mean, that's a topping I put on. Why? Do you need a topping for like cold milk sperm, like cow titty milk sperm to be delicious? Nope. I find cold cow fucking milky tit sperm delicious as is with no top. I don't need sprinkles on my fucking cow titty milk sperm. All I need is the milk. Like, you know what I mean? And okay, yeah. Let me put this here. I'm gonna roll a joint. I don't know if you guys want to see the process of the joint roll. Let me go. Nope. Uh, I don't know. You know, guys don't. You guys don't need to see like the backstages of it. You guys don't need to see but the backstage of it. But this is a sativa. This is a sativa weed. Sativa Overton Indica. And I was at the panic room the other day eating cupcakes, and I got this ring. I got this ring on the cupcakes. Cupcakes. My company bought me a $8 hot dog last night at the Warriors game. Oh, dude, man. You're talking about sports games events markup. All right, so here's how it works in Canada. If you're paying anything over $5 a beer, like five something, back in the day, anything over $5, you almost get a punch to the throat. But times have changed, the price of fucking things have changed. So now it's like I don't know, 5.75 beer, right? But when beers were like, I don't know, like $4 or so, we went to Montreal to the fucking UFC fights. And man, in a time of the world where like $4 beers were like a lot, we were there and it was $10 for a draft of beer. $10 for a draft of beer. Like that's what I mean. Like you go to a sporting event, it isn't a $4 nachos like $15. Isn't a fucking $4 beer like $12. Isn't a fucking like $6 fucking hot dog like like your firstborn child, like you know what I mean, like yeah, some people ask ridiculous amounts, you know what I mean. Can you get a hold of more of that bootleg whiskey? uh yeah, yeah, of course. of course, like I did it once in life where I got hold of a lot of whiskey. It didn't make me drunk a lot more than normal. Didn't it? I don't know, almost kill a fella. Didn't it? This and that. At the end of the day, like I'm not out here to hurt anyone, and myself being one of them. For you get a cheap deal on drugs or psychotics or anything that would alter or anything that would be like unhealthy to your body, would I need a mass amount of it? I don't really need. I don't really think so. Like, yes, I ordered a case of whiskeys, a case of a case of 1 liter whiskeys. I did get that, but realistically, I don't need that in life, and I could drink beers in the meantime and still be okay, man. Because that was moonshine. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I had all that whiskey, you know what I drank a lot of? That fucking whiskey. And man, isn't that hard? Isn't that hard for like on the system? Okay, like it's hard for the system. And man, Johnny Azul, what happened to you on the voice chat? Like me and Sam were talking, you popped in, and then you gone right away, and we're like, oh man, where's Johnny Azul? This is like, this is perfect bonding moments. This is perfect, and you know how we are, Johnny. Like we bond all the time, and it's like perfect bonding moment. Just you, me, and Sam, and you're like, "Bah, where's John? He gone. He gone." And then fucking Legendary Gaming came in, and you know what I have to say about that guy? What like you know what I mean? Like this was like an actual eye opener. Legendary Gaming, are you here? Because let me tell you something about you. Very brave on the keyboard, but when it comes to like voice chat, real to real people, oh, you have a comment to say, you're gonna have to like use your voice box and speak up, son. Very respectable fella, like you know what I mean, like super polite, like you know what I mean, not trolly like he is on the keyboard, but you know what I mean, like very super polite fella, like in real life. And I don't know if you come across Legendary Gaming like that, but I thought he was like that. Like Legendary Gaming will razz you, will golden razz you on a fucking comment chat. But in real life, like when it's his voice and he doesn't get to type it out, man, super timid, super respectable fella. You know. Legendary Gaming is truly Johnny, man. Legendary Gaming is in here. And man, I was just talking about how like you are so much trollier on keyboard than you are in real life, Legend. Like in real life, word for word, talk for talk, voice chat to voice chat, you're a nice young man. You're a nice young man, super respectful, kind of quiet, uh, but given a keyboard, you will type stuff that you will not VC safe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and both are great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will not trade. I will not trade troll fucking typing legendary gaming. I will not trade you for anything in life. Not even Rick 2. And on VC, man, mama raised you right, man. You're a polite young fella. You're a polite young man. Man, should you get a McRib? Of course you should. And man, I want a McRib, but they're not in Canada. They're not in Canada. Like, man, I want a McRib, but they're not in Canada. Uh, one of my buddies, he goes to the USA, and he's like, "Bob, I go to the USA. I'm your friend." You know how they normally do. You know what I mean? I'm your friend. I go to the USA. He gets frozen packs of like McRib patties, so he can make it his own McRibs. And man, like back in the day, we used to be able to get that in Canada, but man, like that is rare. In Canada, if you want something that has the shape of a rib, and then there's like the bone pieces and the meat pieces, but yet the bone pieces aren't even bones, they're also meat. Canada don't do it that fake. That's a rare item. That's a rare item in Canada. Like we don't do McRibs that fake. Like you know what I mean? But is it a good product? Yeah, like that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, Buddy's bragging up about being able to get like frozen USA fucking McRib patties from the US brought into Canada. Should I get a McRib? What's good on streaming? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There's a train. There's a train. I'm gonna scream over the train? I don't think I should, but I will talk through it. Tom Hanks, the new one. I think it's on Disney Plus. I think it's called Finch or something. Remember Castaway? Castaway, where it's like Tom Hanks solo for the whole movie with a fucking basketball. Well, guess what? This is Tom Hanks also solo for the whole movie, and he builds a robot. Very Castaway esque, very Castaway esque of Tom Hanks, but in a good way. Like I watched it, I watched it. It was good. Like man, Tom Hanks. You know what I mean? It's, Legendary Gaming. It wasn't no fucking Force Gump. And man, Johnny Azul, man, you're a fucking tool, dude. Legendary Gaming read me off. You're like, I know how many fucking movie lists for him to watch, and you're like, this movie, that movie, this movie, that movie, mannequin. Calm down, fuck. This one, and then we get to the bottom, and you know where Forrest Gump was? Not even on it. Like how can you have a movie list and not even have Forrest Gump on it? Like Johnny Azul, like I thought, like like sometimes friendship comes out of yin and yang, where it's like, oh man, I'm yin, you're yang. But me, I thought our friendship came out of yang and yang. Where we had a lot in common. Like you're not my yin and yang. We're yin yangs. And for you to not have that on the list surprised me. Very much fucking surprised me big time, dude. How can you not have Forrest Gump on the best list of movies ever? But yeah, you put fucking the movie Mannequin? Are you trying to turn Legendary Gaming gay? Or are you just trying to give him a list of good movies? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Mannequin. I watched it, and there's a lot of other ones that were like Mannequin. It's like, man, Johnny Azul is like, I don't know, almost like brainwashing you with this list. Almost brainwashing you with this list. But Forrest Gump should have been on there, dude. Forrest Gump should have been on there. Sam here says the McRib sucks. And Sam here, it probably does, but where we get it so unfrequent, it's almost like a palate treat. Like, I haven't tasted this in a minute, And you know how some of them guys talk. I haven't tasted this in a minute, brah. You know what I mean? God, yeah. And I think it's okay. I think it's a decent sandwich. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, same here. You guys must have Burger King out there. Let me tell you a story about Burger King if you don't mind. Burger King, one of my favoriteest thing in the world. And when I mean the world, my world was the West Side, whichever was in walking distance. And I had quite a few options from the West Side because I used to walk far. But I went to Burger King and got the original chicken sandwich. Boom. That to me, the original Burger King chicken sandwich was better than the KFC snacker, the KFC whatever. So, anyways, that's a great fucking gosh darn fucking goddamn fucking motherfucking cock sucking sandwich right there. And then eventually Burger King made it super salty. Like the same sandwich of yesteryears where was the best time of my life back in a sandwich of 69. Like, you know what I mean? They made it extra salty where current Burger King for me to even enjoy. Like, it's not even pleasant. It's not even edible. Sandwich. And before I was a ride or die bitch, I would have gotten a tattoo. I would have fought you if you said anything different. But right now, that some bitch is salty. Like that that chicken patty's salty. Like, you know what I mean? Like too salty. Johnny, should I watch Forrest Gump? Yeah, here's Johnny Azul. Yeah. Yeah, watch Forrest Gump. Yeah, finally agrees, but didn't put it on like a 300 movie list. Like, man, Forrest Gump, give me give me give me 20 movies where I want to like let a fella know what to fucking live through life. Like let a fella know like what a good movie list is. And Forrest Gump is on my 20 list. You know what I mean? Forrest Gump, old school. And I don't want to say too much because yes, if I only have 20, I'm gonna have to think about it. Like I don't have like I'm not adding mannequin. I'm not fucking adding mannequin. I'm not like I'm not fucking adding mannequin. Like you know what I mean? Like oh man, yeah. After you watch these 6,000 movies, yeah, I watched Mannequin. It was okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. Uh, it was a troll list. Don't give a guy to waste his time to watch movies on a troll list. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you know fucking Legendary Gaming, but he took your list as like not the choir, not the Bible, but he was like, yeah, some of these movies I should watch. Like he was gonna go through some of your list. And Forrest Gump wasn't even on there, bro. Like, oh man, like, dude, like I don't know, like not tonight, but like I don't know, maybe tomorrow, like side fucking conversation. I'll give you a call and like directly talk to you about my disgust over this because you know I mean this is not like an open conversation stream. This is an open conversation stream, and man, I have so much more to say about that, Johnny Azul. Like not Forrest Gump, like you know what I mean. Like you've got no legs, then Lieutenant Dan. Like you got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. He's like, right, no Forrest, bloop bloop, like swimming away, like Jesus Christ, Johnny Azul. And man, was another you actually had a good one. You had like Bloodsport on there. He's like, oh, Bloodsport's on, and I was like, I thought that was kind of good. Like the fact that you put Bloodsport was kind of good. I would trade myself for Slosh Scotty. No, wrong. Legendary Gaming. I don't know what you would trade for. I don't know if it's shoe size. I don't know if it's apartments, lifestyle, or brain cells. But I think you're doing well enough in life that you be you. Like, you know what I mean? UBU. Slush Scotty is a brilliant fella. With like no beers in him and a life turnaround. Slosh Scotty is. I don't want to say like at one point in life, uh, like Scotty was like, I think this guy might be smarter than me. Like I consider myself smart, and at some point in life, like man, when he was sober and I knew him like years ago, I was like, man, this guy's got his shit together. This guy's smart as fuck, and I think he did go to university for a bit. Like you know what I mean, like. Sneeze hat trick, and ten sneezes would kill you. I've heard about that. Like you know what I mean? Like Adam, Adam, Adam. Like 10. Next thing you know, your eyes roll back in your head. You're like chaka chunka chunka chunk. You're like burnt toast. I'm coming, Grandma. Achoo, and you're still sneezing. Achoo. Like after 10 sneezes, you're dead. Like the human brain can't take 10 sneezes. Like you know what I mean? Elvis died shitting on the toilets, but I'm pretty sure there's a fucking well-known other person that like died by sneezing 10 times over. That's a thing. Legend is already gay. And then maybe that's why Johnny fucking suggested some of those movies. Because some of those movies were like gay manipulative. It's almost like, okay, cool, 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 cool. That's not a Jason Statham movie, Johnny Zool. That's fucking Mannequin. That's Mannequin. Like this guy's fallen in love with the fucking Sears fucking girl standing there with their clothes looking all hot in the summer season. It might be a fucking bikini or whatever. Dude, and they don't even have even belly buttons. And Johnny Azul's like, man, legend. You should watch Mannequin. That is a great movie about a fucking fella that's not strange and weird as fuck falling in love with a fucking Sears fucking doll. Like, you know what I mean? Man, fucking Forrest Gump wasn't even on there. I mean, out of your 300 movies, and Legend read the list, Mannequin showed up early. And I don't know why I'm bagging on Mannequin, because there's a few more. But man, Mannequin should have been like 298, like 297, 298. Like you know what I mean? Like, why'd you bring that up so early? I think that's what I mean. I think you had some like brain manipulation. Like man, like you know what I mean? It's almost like Mannequin made me gay. Here, Legendary Gaming, watch it. And there's a few other ones that were like weird and obscure and not like was even Old School on there. I don't even think Old School is on there either, dude. Like man, out of all those movies, like man, you had some weird ones and you left out some good ones. And man, I hate to bag on your list, but once you write it down and share it, that makes it official and that makes it real. So it is a topic to talk about. Like you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be bagging on your hearsay, but you wrote some of these down. Like you actually wrote some of these down. Like you know what I mean? Do they give out Burger King crowns in Canada? They don't really give them out. There's a few like stacks of like, you can maybe get one just like standing in line, or you can ask for one, but they're free. They're free. Like you know what I mean? Like if your Halloween costumes gonna be like king or queen related, just go to fucking Burger King and get matzo sticks. And then next thing you know, you got the crown for the Halloween costume. Like here you go, you know what I mean, a little bit before. Did you rewatch Dune? No, I haven't rewatched Dune, and I haven't watched the old one yet, Johnny. Uh I don't want to repeat myself, but I think I talked about it here before. But I downloaded the old Dune, and when I download a movie, I'll like, okay, I got the movie. Let me make sure it's not a weird mislabeled porn, because that used to happen back in the BearShare Kazaa days and LimeWire and all that. So I'm like, okay, it's not a porn. Boom, 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 and I've skipped through, like, give it like two skips. Boom, boom, booms. I'm not watching it. I'm not trying to get a trailer out of it. I'm just saying, is this what it says it is? And what's the quality like? And one of the scenes was like in Dune, in the new one, it's like, let me practice play fight and try to stab you. Boom, like body force field. Zoom, 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 zoom. And the new one, it looks good. And then coincidentally, when I skipped in the old one from 1986, I skipped to that part where everybody's like, wow, like, yes, 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 Mr. Doom Master, Doom Man. Let me try to play fight with you. And it's like the automatic body armor was like block of see-through material, like a big block. I was like, really? Oh, I know it's 1986, and yes, what more do I expect? But really, so you know what I mean? Like the quality, the quality. Anyways, I'm like, I didn't delete it, but I still have it. Yes, I will watch it one day. He put the original Dune. I know someone who threw out their back from sneezing. Man, I remember my dad. My dad, as an old man, and me as a younger kid, my dad would be like, "Achoo!" And sometimes he would like be like, "God, my neck, my neck and my back." And man, sometimes I'll have a shit. Sometimes I'll have a shit, and it'd be like, I could feel this shit from like mid stomach. Let me send this on the way, and then you pull, you like grunt down your stomach down. It's like you feel it right around here, like I got that, and then you're like and then you get that down. Sometimes my back will snap. It's almost like from the pressure, my vertebrae will be like snap, 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 and it feels good. It's like, man, that shit was snap lacking, snap crack-a-lacking. You know what I mean? In a good way. Goofy movie is top five all times because it's a goof troop and we'll always stick together. It's a goof troop, best of friends forever, side by side wherever you go. Something want to show, and yeah, goof troop was a good one. You know what I mean? Like, okay, as a dude, as a fella, as a fucking kid growing up, fuck Mickey Mouse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm a Disney kid. I'm going with Disney. Fuck Disney. Fuck Mickey Mouse. He was a bitch. You like if you're a fucking grown ass man, but not because you're a kid. If you're a fucking cool ass kid, you either like Goofy or Donald. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's either Goofy or Donald. Like, you know what I mean? If you like Mickey Mouse, you're a fucking bitch. But the cool kids, Donald was cool, and fucking Goofy was cool, wasn't he? Like, wasn't he? Those movies were in no order, and it was the last 30% trolling. There's no way to watch 6,000 movies. Johnny Azul, like, I know I've said what I've talked about from what I know about it, and here you are chiming in, like, no, 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 it's not like what you think. I honestly think it's exactly like I would think. And yeah, that was like a well ill planned game plan for a movie watch for a young kid. It didn't even have Forrest Gump. Like, man, like, enough said. Like, microphone drop on that. Jeez, fucking Jesus Louise. Put the title Mermaid. He put the Little Mermaid. I thought he liked the movie because he was gay. And that's what I mean. There was a few fucking, like, it's almost like brainwashing. It's almost like legend. After you go through the list, it's like, what you think about this movie? What you think about? And the next thing you know, like Johnny Zool's like, yep, Legend's gay too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's gay. When does the cast come off? This one I have for like another like 2-3 weeks, and it's another X-ray, and then another cast. The thing is, like, man, what they're doing is I'm getting so many X-rays and casts because I should have had a plate. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell a story, but my leg was sideways. My leg was sideways, and out of me pure adrenaline, my leg here my leg's broke. My leg's sideways, and out of pure adrenaline, I'm like, let's lift up this bike. Let me push this bike like half a block to like irresponsible parking spot, but still better than in the middle of like 3 lanes of traffic. So by then, by my leg being sideways, then boom, it found its way home and it stayed home. X-ray, fucking cast, another X-ray, another cast, another X-ray, another cast, and then like 2 more weeks, another X-ray, another cast. Like it's almost like Doc dead poop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking I'll set my own bones. Thank you. I'll set my own bones. Thank you. Even though, like, I don't. It was probably nonsensical last few times I talked to you guys, but this new cast that I got like on Wednesday is like is a different cast maker. There's like a strike at the fucking hospital, or it's like a ghost town for staff and people. And man, this fucking girl that made my cast, she was pushing in areas where it's like to try to form the cast. She's trying to form it from the back in the Achilles heel tendon area, and that's where my leg snapped. She's like, well, so anyways, like I used to walk better before this cast. Like, you know what I mean? That's all I have to say. Like, as far as this cast goes, like before I got this cast, I used to be like more mobile. Like this cast has like demobilized me a little bit. Just cause man, it's putting pressure somewhere is where it hurts. You know what I mean? Mikey was a nerd. Man, Sam, I wish what Mikey we were talking. Oh yeah, Mickey. Mickey was a nerd. Yeah, and if you like Mickey, you're fucking. Oh no, that's not Mickey. Mickey was like I like Mickey Minnie Mouse. Like, you know what I mean? That high pitch, like with the gloves. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mickey was a bitch. Donald Duck was a father to like Huey, Louie, and Dewey, but he was a badass dad. He was like, man, you ducks fucking around, blah, blah, blah. And then Goofy was just like reckless. You know what I mean? Mickey was a bitch and a nerd. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I need to publish that list in North America. School kids all gay. Nah, you're good, Johnny Azul. And nowadays, you know what I find they have in TV shows? They have you guys in it. They have you guys, they have us guys, they have those guys, they have you people, they have this and that. Like you can almost watch any TV shows, and there's going to be a gay couple, a lesbian couple, There's going to be a couple Middle Easterns. There's definitely some blacks in there. And then there's like fucking vegans. There's vegetarians. There's white. There's Mexican. There's everyone in the TV show nowadays. And it's almost like they pay close attention to try to check off all the box. Like, man, Archie. Like Archie, Riverdale, Archie and the gang. Since when? Since when that half the staff were like gay and this and that, like Moose. Like I think Moose is gay. And I remember reading the comics. Moose was like the fucking didn't appear much, but Moose was a fucking badass motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like Moose in the Archie comics, wasn't he the most badassiest of them all? Like it wasn't Archie. Archie was no badass. But Moose could flip a car. Like Archie stuck underneath, pinned underneath a car in a comic book in the 50s. Moose could come over and lift this car off of Archie. Like you know what I mean? That's Moose. And in Riverdale on Netflix, it's a different Moose. Yes, I need to. I'm brainwashing the masses via Legendary Gaming. Uh I don't know. I just think you had a biased list. You had a bias, and like you said, half of it was trolling. But man, why wasn't Forrest Gump on there? And man, like I'm trying to think of the like I think Legendary Gaming pretty read it all. And man, there's some fucking gems that wasn't on there, but yet you had. Okay, Johnny Azul, I like that you had RoboCop on there. RoboCop was on there, and it kind of should be on there. RoboCop should be kind of on there. Johnny's pushing the gay agenda. If Johnny had fucking what's that? Uh, if Johnny Azul ran Epstein's, would have ran exactly like it did. Donald Duck was their uncle. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and Scrooge was their great uncle, and those are both great characters. And fuck Mickey Mouse. Fuck a Mickey Mouse. The Eternals. You know what happened to the Eternals? Was this? I don't even know if it was out in theaters. I think it was coming out in theaters, and it was like on the torrents that I go to. It was like, bah, here's the Eternals. I was like, man, that's not even out. Let me download it and see what kind of quality it was. Shit. It was a shit quality, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't care much about it. So I put it on, fell asleep 20 minutes in. So I didn't watch it yet, but I did kind of start to watch it yet. But from the little bit that I saw, I don't know, almost like fuck the Eternals. Like that seems like such a fucking shitty movie. And not to also judge a female leading role, because man, I like Braveheart. No, the Brave one with Jodie Foster and the one with the pills like blew up in her guts. There's some great leading role movies. But man, Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. Like man, internet scald me. Internet scald me if you want. But Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. Look, you know what I mean? Like scald me in the internet. Yes, Moose was the scary big guy. That's what I mean. Like they're they're changing stories to be able to click off every box. And okay, is Deadpool connected? No. What am I connected to? The Freemasonry, the this or that. No, 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 no. But do I know my way around the city, and do I talk to a lot of people and connected to the streets with my fucking pulse on the ground, pulse on these streets? Yes. And then one of my buddies that's like a cop was like, man, he's like not talking to me, but he's talking to me. He's like, man, if a young kid ever wants to be a cop and he's a white kid, best thing he could do would be like to say that he's like a white gay kid. Just because they might need the checkerboard out of him. Or you hit like, oh man, I'm not white. And I can only speak on white. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, oh man, the urban population has to do this to get a job. But some of the whites, they need to like check off a box that isn't even really them. Like you like Ferg's been checking off like fucking what was it? The other. Like the other, male, female, other. So he's non-binary. So you know what I mean? Like you could be the worst scoring university student that probably shouldn't even be a cop, but boom, if you click the non-binary or here I'm gay and we don't have one of those or we don't have the right numbers of those, booms. Or you can click the fucking the transgender man, like you know what I mean? Like and today they need one of each box. They need one of each box. And that's what the cop was saying. It's like, man, he was even telling like he was trying to get his nephew in there. So man, I told my nephew like, man, say you're trans or say you're gay or say you're fucking non-binary. Like he wants his kid to stand out to be chosen, not by his performance, by his clicking other, just by clicking other. You know what I mean? That's why no Forrest Gump. I think I like the idea of that list was 80s movies only. No, you had 90s, you had 80s, you had 90s, and man, here I am razzing you about your list, but man, you had some gems on there. Like you had the Goonies on there. Da, da. A lot of your movies you weren't wrong on. Like, man, you had great movies on there. But a few non-80s slipped out. Okay, well, yeah, it was mainly 80s. Just because you wanted like a young man to know like fucking great old school movies. But man, some of them don't translate well. Like some of those 80s, 90s movies that I try to watch again, it's like, like as good as Bloodsport is, I think that's going to be lost on Legendary Gaming. Like, you know what I mean? Hasn't there been more better martial arts kind of like movies and before? You know what I mean? Eternal seems too shitty to see in theaters. Yeah, fuck that. Eternals. When I was collecting comics, man, I had a few Eternal comics fucking come my way. Like, oh, the Eternals are around. And man, some of them are probably worth something today. But to me, those are the type of comics that when I got rid of my commons or I had to wipe my ass with a fucking comic book, fucking the Eternals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck about those? And on a less popular note, I felt not as strongly, but almost to the Fantastic Four on a less popular note. And some people are like, oh man, the Fantastic Four was my jam. Nope. Like me, Fantastic Four was like, yeah, to me, Fantastic Four was like not that fantastic. Like, you know what I mean? Deadpool. Everyone on the internet agrees Wonder Woman 1984 sucks. And I was hoping it wasn't just me, and I was hoping it wasn't just me bagging on a fucking female leading role. Because man, when the female has a leading role, I kid you not, I'm a harsher critic than I probably should be. Like, you know what I mean? I'm expecting this out of it. And man, if it catches me off guard, then I'm like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn. We have a senator here who checked off the Native American boxes her whole life, but it's a lie. She's a blonde white lady who has no proof that she's Native. Uh Technically, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. Here I am saying like I have native blood and this and that, and realistically, do I have any proof of that? The only thought process I have is the native have like row upon rows of teeth, like you know what I mean, like crooked teeth as a motherfucker. And man, if my brother was here, I'd be like, boom, and then I show you a couple of my cousins on the DuPonts, like boom, my teeth before braces, I'd be like I'd be teeth upon teeth. They took out 4 teeth just to make room for my teeth when I had braces, and I can just assume it's that. But also, like the darkness, like you know what I mean. Like I'm the lesser dark of all the Duponts. Like because I take from my mom's side. But also, man, like dude, like we could be Italian. Like you know, I'm here. I'm like, well, I think we're native, but maybe we're Italian. Man, I honestly, I'm just like fucking guesstimating. I'm gonna not give my DNA to fucking 23andMe and fucking Ancestry.com, but can I just fucking guesstimate? But I do know one of my relatives on my mom's side, on the white, that has nothing to do with native or fucking Italian, but on the white side, we were one of the first. We were one of the first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, actually, the first. Fantastic Four is our weak sauce. That doesn't mean like Fantastic Four is fucking bullshit, dude. Fantastic Four is like, oh man, you like comic books? Yeah, I do. I like Spider Man. I like this, that. And then like for you to like Fantastic Four, you know what you have to say on top of liking comic books? I like sci-fi. Like you know what I mean? Like the cosmic, the powers of the cosmics. It's almost like too far fetched. But yes, we're in a fantasy world of comics and everything's far fetched. But the Fantastic Four is like a group of four of too far fetchedness. Like you know what I mean? Like guess what? I am a young boy. I did go to school. Maybe I did come across a fucking spider at La Pro. All of this is believable. I could be Spider Man, but the Fantastic Four, that's far fetched. Like you know what I mean? That's disbelievable. That's very like the Fantastic Four is very much disbelievable. Battle for a day, battle for a day, battle for a night. I mean, always up for a fight. Would you let the poop kids do 23andMe? I don't think so. And you know what? I'm glad that fucking Tate stopped doing. Tate got his done. His 23andMe. This is not Ancestry.com. This is like 23andMe. And Tate was like, man, I'd pay for you. I'll pay for you. Blah, blah, blah. Like wanted to pay for me to get my 23andMe. Like, for me to do, like, the ancestry and stuff like that. Now, for a bit, I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. And then eventually I'm like, where's my DNA going? Like, you know what I mean? You know, it would be nice to be able to do like the home ancestry 23andMe. Like, you know what I mean? So yes, I know the results. but my results aren't being sold like my Facebook profile pictures are on the internet, and everything else is being like used for this or that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not a narc. Like I'm not like a police investigator trying to find crimes and drugs and all this. But I'm wearing a wire because my phone is like in the room. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone's wearing a goddamn wire right now. Oh, strip down to your underwear, blah, 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 blah. No, you have a phone on. Your phone's the wire. Your phone will know if you want the the fucking extra ball sack fucking boxers on Facebook. You're like, I remember that from like from school, the politics stuff, the my Facebook Marketplace. And next thing you know, it's like they heard you talk about like fucking the Saks boxers or like the oh you like raccoons? It's got raccoon masks. It's for sale real cheap. Like Ninja Turtles action figures, boots. Everyone's wearing a goddamn wire. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm a non-practicing. I'm a non-practicing narc. My phone's always listening, and who's listening to it? That's what I mean. Is it just Jeff Bezos? Is it just fucking that really weird fucking Zuckerberg from Facebook? Is that the only people listening, or is like the Canadian GRC, the Canadian CIA, the Canadian fucking? They're like, stop everything we're doing. Remember that Remember that dead child that we found over in yonder in the Bentonville? Stop it. We have to listen to Dead Poop's live stream to find out if he's talking nefarious. Like us, doesn't all of it seem far fetched? But all of it's listening. All of it's listening, isn't it? There's also aliens out there. Aliens, giants, Bigfoots, even. Except for Bigfoots, and but there's definitely aliens. Do you put anything additional on the microwave popcorn? The only thing I would do with my microwave popcorn is I like to have like you get a block of marbled cheese or whatever. You have like slices out the ready. So you're like a few popcorn kernels, a piece of cold cheese in your mouth, boom, and that's a good like back and forth combo. But you know what I found out? That's fucking crazy that I didn't even know was a thing. Like, remember those videos where it's like, oh, I was today years old. Okay, this is a bag of popcorn. Put it in the microwave. Pop, 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 pop. It's all done. And then you know that narrow slit, that popcorn bag pussy, just the opening that's about maybe this wide before you crack it open. You put that bag upside down, and you're like, shake it, 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 shake it. All those seeds and the small undesirable popcorn will fall out of that crack after it's cooked. So then what you can power eat and not worry about like that was a seed. Like you know what I mean? Like that's a thing. And then, man, I was like today years old. I was today years old when I saw that like not too long ago. That vent hole is it after it's done. It's meant to tip over backwards, underwards, and like get the hard shit out, get the seeds out. Like man, isn't that fucking awesome? I'm Brazilian. I have Italian origins, and I'm going like native just because I'm like on my mom's side I'm legit like original white man. Like on my mom's side, like man, in Canada I can give you this guy's name, Nicholas Denis, and he was like the first guy that ever was a permanent settler on Cape Breton Island. But like, you know, I mean, that was original white man material. And we must have messed around with some of the native skin out there. We must have over the generations. Is what I'm thinking. Because man, look at me and my brothers, my dad, my uncle are dark as fuck. My brother's dark as fuck. But on my dad's side, DuPont isn't that kind of Italian? It could be native, but Italian. But some of my uncles got like almost like Italian bravado. It's almost got the gabagoo over here. Like it's a fugi, it's a gabagoo. Like you know what I mean? And they do have that fucking smoking cigars, drinking that fucking 20-year-old port wine in a fucking wooden charred barrel. It's like he poured me a little shot glass and he like gave me a cigar. He's like, "All right, nephew, let's you and me hang out." And I'm like, "All right, Unc." You know what I mean? This uncle's cool as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? He's actually letting me and the family stay in his like fucking camp, which is cool as fuck. So, anyways, I'm having a fucking cigar with him. I got this like little shot glass worth of Porto. It's 20-year-old aged in a wood barrel wine. That because it's that old, this wine's fucked. Like this is like a fucking I don't know, 20, 24, 25% wine. And he's like, "You see this shot glass?" I'm like, "Yeah, Unc, yeah, I see that." He's like, "You're gonna sip at this while smoking the cigar about 20 times. This is not something you drink. This is like a wet your whistle about 20, like a shot glass size was like a wet your whistle 20 times. Like cigar, will wet your whistle, but like, and it wasn't really drinking it. It was like seriously almost like just like a splash in the mouth. And man, isn't that more Italian than native? Like, like what am I? So yeah, 23andMe would be curious. But I definitely have the native teeth. Like the native teeth, like even on my dad's side, which is like I don't know, they seem Italian but also native. We have the native teeth. That's the row on row. Like man, like I used to have like there used to be teeth behind my teeth, and I don't know if you caught wind of like native TikTok. That's how they do. That's how they do. Like you know, what I mean, teeth upon teeth, and man, not to turn this into like if the fucking the Discovery Channel, but that's lineage to like really original bloodlines. The teeth on teeth to the point where I seen this documentary where it's about the giants and the original people, and like in China, there's like rumors about like these giants, and they had teeth on teeth, and in fucking Egypt and shit like that, they had rumors of giants and they had teeth on teeth. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that double row teeth. You know what I mean? And you always wish the best for yourself. And that's why, like, if I were to get a fucking 23andMe, wouldn't that just burst my bubble? I'd be like, whatever I think I am. I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure I'm native. Maybe a little bit of Italian, but I'm not claiming that. But I'm OG white. Like I'm OG white. Like my like OG whites. And imagine if I get the fucking 23andMe and it's like, nope. Guess what? You're from Norway. Like I'm not no Uruguay. Like you know what I mean? Like don't Uruguay. You're Uruguay. You know what I mean? I'm not. German and Portugal. And that's what I mean. It could mix up, like, and I'm curious to know. But at the end of the day, like, I would hate to send my information out there. This one time, This one time, like, man, I've had my car broken, not even broken into, but I've had my car gotten into numerous times out here. So I've lived on this street. I've lived here like 20 years. And in 20 years, about 8 times. About 8 times, somebody got in my car and they riff-raffed around and this and that. That's disgusting. That's horrible. After time one, don't you think I lock my doors 100% of the times? 99.9999999. But yeah, they still get me. They still get me. They still get me. They still get me. So man, they're always out there. And I know you're hearing me. You're out there right now, like snooping around. Um. So anyways, this one time, they fucking got in my dad's truck. See, there's this big bang around right now. So anyways, they got in my dad's truck, and my dad's truck was like fucking. He had a set of keys of my mom's car. So they got in my dad's truck. They're like, "Oh man, the keys are here." Well, we can't drive stick. They snooped around. They snooped around mine, and then they took my mom's car, the brand new Scion or whatever the fuck it was, like a fucking brand new Scion. My mom's hoity-toity a little bit, and she'll like fucking rent a vehicle for 2 years and trade her up. And this is like a brand new one, so it was like a fucking brand new Scion. So anyways, they had the keys for it. They stole that. They actually stole the vehicle, and they drove in a rougher part of town, smashed a few things around, and they set the car on fire. So at this point, this was not like this was like the fifth violation. It was like the fifth violation, but it was like, man, my mom's car at play here. Like my mom, like you know what I mean. Like man, I don't give a fuck about my, but I will fucking kill for my mom. Like they did my mom dirty. So I was like, hey, police officer, blah blah blah. Let's get this fucking figured out, and I let them fingerprint me. And man, I've never been fingerprinted. Why would I even get fingerprinted? But I let myself get fingerprinted one time to exclude myself from the prints of what was going on. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, and they never solved it, and they never will. They're a bunch of fucking slack ass fucking yokels. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I could solve this better just by on the streets. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I knew the guy. Like I heard tale the guy's names before even it was in the courts that like yeah, these guys stole my mom's car. But now I have my fucking fingerprints on fucking phone. Like I hate that. I hate the feeling of that. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't give him my rights, but I gave him my rights. You know what I mean? Do you think they want to clone Deadpool 420? No, I'm so off the radar that they would wish they would want to clone me. They would wish they would want to clone me in real life. Uh, but I'm no blip on anyone's radar. But realistically, there's a purpose in life for people like me. I come from fucking old school leadership. That guy, Nicholas Denis, was the first permanent settler in Cape Breton. He had a store. Next thing you know, he's the governor of Louisbourg Fortress, governing a whole era, governing a whole goddamn fucking era. And that's my people. That's me. So yeah, clone me. Like we can do some things. Like you know what I mean. Like me, sometimes I get lazy a little bit, but you get two others me's, and like if maybe one of us is not lazy, and you like group us in a team, man, we could do things. Sometimes I just need that motivation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how like the brain's powerful than the body, and the body's more powerful than the brain. Like, man, in my younger years, I could achieve a lot in a little time. In my older years, I'm achieving enough to be there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it isn't that just it? Isn't that just it? Would you travel on Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk? No, I would. Man, Johnny Azul, man, the fucking outer space to me is almost like a weird phobia. Like, man, like I'm a weirdo when it comes to this. I got like I kid you not. You know those people that are like, oh man, it's a nice summer's day. Let me lay on the lawn and look at the sky. I have weird, and I think I talked about it before, maybe weird disassociation detachment disease. Disassociation disease, yes, interesting. So when I'm looking high, when I'm looking straight above at the sky, whether it's daytime or nighttime, I have a weird fear of, let's say gravity were to stop right now and I were to free float, boom, I would like blah, blah. So the movie, like let's say Gravity with like Sandra Bullock, where at some point she's on the outside of the spaceship and she's like free floating tethering. That is my rawest, purest nightmare. Like, you know what I mean? Like I hate the open space. I hate the open space, the free world of the fucking sky. Like the sky terrifies me, dude. So no, I would never go with that. Dead poop. What's your real name? My real name is famous. It's Matthew Homer J. DuPont. Just like Homer J. Simpson, but it's like Homer J. DuPont because my last name's not Simpson. Battle for Day. I'm 100%. I'm 1,000% Canadian, like you say. Like I'm original European blood that came to Canada. Like, you know what I mean? Like if this was a TikTok, and if you're familiar with like, you colonizer and this and that, guess what they're talking about? They're talking about Gramps. Oh, they're talking about old Grampy. You know what I mean? You know where he needed a place for his general store, and him living on a slab of what you got. Like, you know what I mean? Your name is Jimmy Simpson? No, it's fucking Homer J. Homer J. Simpson. Not Homer J. DuPont. But really, it's Deadpool 420. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care that much. I don't care that much, but I do take, I know, pride. I won't say pride. I do a little bit of effort of not being Matt Homer J Dupont on the internet. Like you could never look that up and find me. But you could Google Deadpool 420 and I'd be like fucking the first. Don't like. Oh, did you mean? No, you didn't mean that. Deadpool, one word. I would be the fucking three, four first pages of fucking Google. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very Googleable. Where are we at here? Out to clone dead poop. Well, for that, you know what I mean? 23 and me. or a fucking hardy sock, like that stand-up sock, that under the bed sock. So I bet you they could make a dinosaur out of that fucking whatever left, and out of that stem cells, whatever I left in there. Full baby shower right in a sock. I loved Tokyo Drift. Man, Legendary Gaming. Half the stuff you say, man, I can't help but to think that you're like saying it just to get a rise, because no one in their right mind would even write those words. Like honestly, like man, like if I were to write those words and like I don't know, a Honda Civic Club, they were just like, wow, like thumbs down, like burn me alive, like you know what I mean. So you know what I mean. I can't help but to think you're not serious, James Homer J. Well, the J, like you know, in like in the Simpsons, Homer's like, I wonder what the J stands for, and my J stands for Joseph. Cause I'm Catholic. Like I grew up Catholic, super Catholic. Like in my wallet, I have like a little Catholic token and everything. The old Mister, the old saint of being fucking broke. Put that in your wallet. My grandma would be like, and she'd be like, then you'll never be broke. But yeah, super Catholic. So every man in my family gets a Joseph, and then some. And every woman, like, technically gets a Mary. Like, it's Josephs and Marys. And my brother. Okay, so I'm Mathieu Omer Joseph Dupont. That's four. My brother's got five. Martin Emmanuel Conrad Joseph Dupont. Like you know what I mean? Like my brother's got five names. I got four. Like you know, Esquire, Esquire. Nice to see you drinking water. Man, you know what I did to my water? I put booze in it. Look, I put booze in it. Cause yeah, I was pretty fucked up on Friday. Like man, I was like in Balfour Day. Have you ever met Slosh Scotty? I was worse than like Slosh Scotty's 9. I was his 12. I was his like you know he was my spirit animal, and I king of the jungle, the spirit animal. Cause man, I was like I I listened to it afterwards. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I didn't even say even a sentence there. I'm like it'd be like I'm listening like a 3 minute chunk. It's like hey man, 3 minutes is a long time, and I'm like okay, okay. What am I trying to say? Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, a little bit more time. I might figure out what I'm trying to say here. Nope, nope. What was that word? Nope. I don't know what that word was. Boom. For 3 minutes of that, I didn't understand what I was saying. Like I like straight up. It was like 3 minute clumps of me not even understanding what I've even trying to say. Do you ever take your hat off? Yeah. And you know what's under it? And I wear a hat just because, man, I wear hats and I like to rep it. I like to rep it. But I have it's a mullet, but also look at can you even see? Look at those. Where's more? Where's more? Where's more? Look at that one. That's a different one. I have like matted dreadlocks. This whole back is full of like matted dreadlocks in there. It's it's like five haircuts in one. Like you know what I mean? It's a mullet. It's a business at the top. I get the steps on the side. You can't even put a comb through this because it's such a hot mess. But it turns into a rat tail, like you know what I mean. Like this does go into like a rat tail mode. So yeah, I can take my hat off, but I like to have one on. You know what I mean? So when I actually do get my haircuts, it's funny for a guy that likes his hair and covers up all the time. I take pride in it. Like you know what I mean? Like if ever anyone in like Gen Pop or real life would be like, let me see like check your head up, and I'd be like, they would be like, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there. A mullet. Yeah, you could call it a mullet. Have you talked to Gabby lately? Uh, no, I haven't. Last time I talked to Gabby was what on like GoonCon, the last GoonCon where I was at the Panic Room show, and I fucking sat in the parking lot and chit chatted with you guys for a while, and it was like Gabby and Marco. That's the last time I talked to Gabby. Make another haircut and take your hat off. What do you mean make another haircut? Man, you can't make another haircut. This is my haircut. Like man, like you I'm what's the word? I'm micro well, I can't even say that anymore. But man, Battle for a Day, you know what I used to say what my tagline was? It's like a micro cult following. Well, I guess it still is a little yeah, but super micro. But on my build up, it's like, man, I got a and like I was feeling it. I was like, man, I got a micro cult following here. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have a lot of like and we're all friends and it's not even it's like friendship now, but it was like man, I didn't have a busy channel, but I had like a fucking like a core group. It was like a micro cult following. And what was your comment? Take your hat off. Yeah. So I don't know what I have to do to take my hat off. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, they've been through thick and thin, and they're expecting the mullets. They're expecting something like this. They're expecting something like this. You have a nice beard. Thank you. And I used to have it significantly longer, but after a few years of rubber banding it to make it go like a dice, like you know, it was rubber bands, and they had the booms. Um, the hairs fall out and pluck out, and it's like it's this long, but it's see through. And I try to strive myself on having like that thickness. Like you know what I mean? Like man, girl, I won't hit back wall, but you definitely know I'll fucking scrape a few fucking walls on the way in. You know what I mean? Like that thickness. Um, but that's what I mean. Like once it gets to a certain level, maybe I'll put like fucking cloth elastics in it. But no more rubber. Like rubber fucks it up. Rubber fucks it up. Did you see Philip's video where he seduces a lady of the night? I did see that, and I did like that. Like, man, that is great content for him. That is great content for him. I like that. You know what I mean? And I've always seen myself, and I don't know if that's Philip agreeing or not, but I've always seen myself almost like, I don't know, a Wish Philip solo. Or it's like he's doing his thing, he's got a lot of eyes on him, and I'm doing my thing. And I don't know, man. I think our things kind of align a little bit. Like except for the he did a lot of food reviews, and I don't do that, but our style kind of is similar-ish. You know what I mean? I don't do his type of videos. He don't do my type of videos. But realistically, I can't help but to think we're similar-ish. Do you see yourself more likely to be a cult in life? In life, is my thing unstable? Is this not working? Okay, it's working. In life, I'm not a leader. Like my ancestors were leaders, man. And I'm not a leader of men, but I'm well liked by a few. Like I don't know if this is a I don't know if this is a color flex or fucking brag about, but I died today. That funeral parlor, that funeral procession, that graveyard is gonna be packed. Is gonna be packed. Like today that like guys that's gonna be packed. Like do you know how many bands are gonna show up? That thing's gonna be fucking packed. Like you know what I mean? Like during the funeral, there's gonna be like I don't know 7 bands, like 14 bands wanting to play. Like you know what I mean? Like hallelujah, hallelujah. You know what I mean? Like am I a leader of men? But man, I would make a great funeral. Is my English weak? Battle for a day. Battle for a day is your English week. If you say that, let me have a real good look. And the only thing I can say weak about your English is maybe that sentence that maybe I didn't answer well. Your sentence that says, make another haircut and take your hat off. Like maybe that I didn't proper understand. But no, your English isn't weak. Like man, English is not my first language. Your English is not weak at all. Is that why you're asking? Because I didn't properly answer that one? Man, all these trains tonight. All these fucking trains tonight. Would you travel somewheres with those squat toilets? I don't. I don't. I don't think I would. I don't think I would. Because man, those squat toilets. And I know how I shit. I got diverticulosis, and man, for me to produce a loaf is rare. So what's the opposite of a loaf? The opposite of a loaf is like a fucking splitter spatter, isn't it? Like a splitter splatter spray. That's what the opposite of a loaf is, right? So if you're tucking your fucking pants behind your ankles, leaning over top of a hole, squatting to fucking have a, I think I'll get some on my pants. Like you know what I mean? Like I get some underneath the toilet bowl seat. Like I think I'll get some on my pants or on my backside, on my shirt. I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like I'll get some somewheres. When was the last time you saw Cujo from Elevate the Virus? Hmm. I don't know if I really want to answer that truthfully, but I guess I will. And I've never talked about it, but I guess I will. So Cujo left Elevate, and man, Elevate was Elevate. This is how it went down. Elevate was Elevate. I was a fan of their music, but even before I got to know Elevate, I met Cujo. And man, I met Cujo, and like Cujo's awesome. And then he like, I don't know, like quit, kind of raw dealed, Elevate quit, and after that, it was like, everyone's unfriending Cujo, and Cujo's unfriending people. Never unfriended me. I never unfriended him, and I don't know, look at his content, stuff like that. It's almost like, man, I wish it would have worked out. It didn't. But at the end of the day, man, like it's not my business. You didn't do me wrong. But at the same time, like I was butthurt enough that like I'm pretty sure I didn't thumbs up any of his shit. Yes, I see it. I want to thumbs it, but I've never thumbs it up. Like you know what I mean? And that's kind of where I stand. It's almost like I see you, Cujo, but I will not interact with any of your videos. Like you know what I mean? Uh, are you still mad at Justin Trudeau like you were the other night? Man, if you're talking about the other night, Friday, when I was talking about Justin Trudeau, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was drunk as fuck. Uh, Justin Trudeau is an idiot, man. There's so many reasons to be mad at him, and maybe I am, maybe I was, but I don't even know what you're talking about. But still, at the same time, fucking Trudeau. Like you know what I mean? Like, I did a video where I was like, I did his blackface. I did his Trudeau blackface, and I did a speech for word for word. I'm watching you for my PS4. So man, Battle for a Day. I'm man on Battle for a Day screen. I'm a TV. I'm a TV screen. Like you know what I mean. I'm possibly upwards of 36 to 53 to 60 inches wide to 64 inches wide. I'm 64 inches wide in Battle for a Day's living room right now. Like I'm 64 inches wide, and I live my life like that. Is Green Hood in hiding? No, I was hanging around with Green Hood. I was gonna hang around with him the other day, but like, you know what I mean. Like he was like, it's kind of late, da, 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 but we never. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, who is uglier, Amy Schumer or Drew Barrymore? Oh man, that is a battle of uglies. That is a battle of uglies. Mm. Yeah, fuck Johnny. That is a fucking battle of uglies. So you got Amy Schumer. Did you see her comedy special where she was like, "Oh, Amy Schumer on leather," because she's all wrapped up in leather. And to me, you know what that means? You're fat. You're fat, out of shape. You don't like your body style, so you're gonna wrap it in thick leather, tight leather. You're gonna wrap it up in like almost like smoke and mirror your actually body shape. Like you know what I mean? Like that is a thing. Like she's shaping her body out of thick leather. And then you got Drew Barrymore, and she doesn't have to fucking fuck around with her shape, even though her shape ain't great. But you know what's fucked about Drew Barrymore It's her goddamn fucking face. Like Drew Barrymore's face doesn't look like, I don't know, she's halfway through finishing a fucking sour candy for first most. And you know what actresses did after her? Got a nose job. And you know what else they do? Uh, have bigger tits, they're sexier, blah, 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 like, you know what I mean? Drew Barrymore got way more chances than she should have in life. And good on her. Good man, good on her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like Tom Hanks. And I don't even want to compare to Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks is actually a good actor. But Tom Hanks is just a good actor. Like he's not a handsome dude. He's a weirdo. He's a blah, blah, blah. And Drew Barrymore has nothing going for her either, except for Tom Hanks is a good actor. Drew Barrymore isn't. So you know what I mean? So it's almost like, how the fuck, Drew? How the fucking fuck, Drew? Did you ever hear the rumor that Biden pooped his pants when he was visiting the Pope? I did see the weird videos where it's like, here's a baseball card. Do you know about baseball cards? Yes. And he says something super racist about, because there's a black baseball player. He's like, yeah, these people used to like pick cotton, but we let him like not pick cotton, and he played baseball and he was great at it. But like said some super weird like that, and then he's like blah blah blah, and he's like looks over to the girls like, translate this. And I'm sure the girl's like in her head, it's like, holy fuck. Really? Like, you know what I mean? The girl would be better off just like not translating what Joe Biden said and said, like, the weather's nice today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Joe Biden's a fucking idiot. I refuse to watch anything with Amy Schumer. She's not funny, or she steals jokes. Fuck her. And man, yeah, I didn't touch about her stealing jokes. And yeah, her stealing jokes is a big thing. And there's so much about it online that you can't almost dispute it. It's almost like Carlos Mencia, innocent before proven guilty, but yet I'm pretty sure like 20,000 videos have proven you guilty. Like and Amy Schumer also. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you stealing jokes? Why are you not that funny in life? Like, you know what I mean? Like, uh, what are your thoughts on Dave Chappelle? Dave Chappelle. Oh, you mean the goat? Oh, you're talking about the goat. What do I think about the goat? I think his like show was the goat. I think him leaving the show was the goat. I think him coming back all jacked on steroids was weird. And then him slimming down eventually and kind of looks more like Dave Chappelle and like is the goat. And his fucking comedy stand up workings is the goat. Although here's my real fucking stance on what really happened. If you really want to know, is his last special, which was his last special for Netflix. Netflix was like, give me one last special, Dave. And then for like half of the end of his special was like all about trans and the fucking trans friend he had. And the way he manipulated the words and this and that is like, fuck you guys. You can't, you can't cancel culture Dave fucking Chappelle. But he tiptoed around trans. for what? A half hour, 40 minutes of a special? And me personally, that's too much of a block on a topic that no one like on a cancel culture topic. Like, you know what I mean? So that being said, I think that was a throwaway show to be done with Netflix. But at the end of the day, he could rant on whatever for whatever, and it's still going to be entertaining. Like I watched it, like, and even Theo Vaughn, like man, fuck Dave Chappelle. Let me say something about Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn is, to my opinion, is one of the best comedians today. Now, I said comedians. Is he the best stand up? He will be. He's not. But as far as like funny guy, like this guy will do a fucking show with a guest, be awesome. He'll be a guest on a show, it's awesome. He'll do a fucking show by himself, it'll be awesome. His stand up, like he had just the new one on Netflix, it was like great. I laugh, build up, and then the whole half of it was like fizzled, and man, like I could pick it apart and have a few complaints. It's like this guy's naming too many names, like you know what I mean. You start naming too many names. Your story is about too many like name people out of your neighborhood. You're like, you know, and anyways, to me, he's like one of the funniest guys alive. Theo Vaughn. Was his comedy special the best? Nope. But Theo Vaughn is one of the funniest guys around. Prince Charles' wife said Biden farted in front of her and it was too loud and long to ignore. And man, if you gotta fart, you gotta fart. It's not good to hold it in. I dated this one girl in life. Man, what was it? Like grade 11. Like this is like pre done high school. This one girl, and man, like she had a loosey goose parent, in the sense where like, all right, girlfriend, that's a little younger than me. Your sister's 1 year older than me. Um, we're boyfriend girlfriend, but I'm going to your parents' house, and your parents is okay with you drinking and me drinking, everyone drinking and having partyings and this and that, blah blah blah. Blah. But anyways, with her, I held in a lot of my farts. I held in a lot of my farts, and I think that hurt me in the long run. Cause man, I remember this one time. I don't know how long Titanic is, but man, it was long as fuck. And I was like, oh man, I think I got a shit. I got a fart. Blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I was like counter pushing fucking stomach bubbles. It's like pop pop pop, just like they're like just popping my intestines. Pop 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 pop. You know what I mean? I'd be farting sometimes, same here. Man, you're on the road. You fucking lift a cheek, pop 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 pow. You know what I mean? You just gotta do what you gotta do, bro. What's the most effective way of dealing with an asteroid 2 years away from hitting Earth and destroying the planet? Who the fuck are you, Johnny Azul? Are you Jeff Bezos trying to save the world in disguise? You William Shatner just fucking weird with questions? Like, what the fuck? But, true story, 2 years away. Like, ever watched a movie like fucking Armageddon? I think you send in Bruce Willis currently, because he's gonna die anyways soon. So he's got like do your country a service, fly 1 year, like rocket ship to this planet 1 year, and then you bring in I don't know, like Matt Lillard. Was he in that one? The voice of Scooby Doo. or Shaggy, like, fuck him anyways. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of other people can do the voice of fucking Shaggy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need you that bad, bro. Send him in space and whoever else is a team of astronauts that fucking did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then if they don't even like get on the rocket, the government would have like side control, be like, all right, no, I think these guys are failing, and then you just explode the ship because there's bombs, and then the ship explodes it, and then we're good. Like it's almost like a Suicide Squad mission. You knock it off course with a tactical nuke, and that's what I mean, Sam. Like you either get like boots on the ground on this rock to do it, but when they fail, because at the end of the day, I picked Bruce Willis and Matt Lillard. Pretty sure they're not astronauts. They fail. You just blow up the rocket ship that's like, and then boom, that does set it off course too, right? Do you think the Matrix could be real? I don't know about the Matrix, but man, you don't like that fucking that deja vu. Like, oh man, this seems all too familiar. Oh man, this I think I've been through this or blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about the Matrix, but I like deja vu a few times. You know what I mean? Does Canada have a space program? Man, I'm in outer space right now. Of course, we have a space program. I'm allergic. I'm allergic to look up at the sky out of I don't know, lesser brain functions or upper brain functions. Actually, it's almost like I can't imagine to calculate. Like eyes roll back. I can't imagine if I have to calculate. And but yeah, no, Canada does have a fucking space program. I'm sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're doing, dude, man, dude, Johnny, we're doing computer stuff. Like Canada's doing computer stuff, bro. Like what do you mean? Oh no, you're the only ones doing computer stuff. No, we're doing computer stuff. Canada is. Do you feel what? How do you feel about reptilian overlord conspiracy theory? You know how I feel about that is this, and man, it's gonna get like fucking conspiracy theory alley. It's gonna get fucking weird. You know that guy on the fucking show that's got the high hair? Prepare me to be him. Like, look, you're like, I believe that I don't know about reptilians, but I believe there is like fucking okay. Aliens has been around since Aliens has been around since people could like fucking do like rock carvings in wall and rocks. Like chippity chip chip chip. Let me tell a story about an alien. Chippity chip 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 in rock. And then put like ball sack blood on it to paint it red where it needs to. And then fucking give yellow for this part. Like, you know what I mean? Like chippity chip chip in a rock. Talking about aliens back then. So yes, I believe aliens exist, and I also believe that man, there are some alien half breeds out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying reptilian. I'm just saying aliens were fucking abducting people long enough to fucking milk ball sacks, takes uterus, and be like, let us make like a half aliens, fucking humans, fucking like error, like person, and they did, and they made one that looked like similar to us. Because man, if you look at all the humans out there, there's some weird ones with weird shape heads. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look at all the humans out there, And you look at the ones with the weird, some of them have weird shaped heads, and then some of them their nose are bigger. Some of them are like like super smart. Look, you know what I mean? Like they're all out there. Uh, yeah, the ancient alien guy with the hair. You know what I mean? Ball sack blood. That's what I mean. Like you can't tell me if okay. th- there's life on planet Earth. There's other planets. There's life on another planet. An alien comes down for the last couple hundred years. Egyptian carving fucking things in the walls. Talk about aliens. They're milking ball sacks, getting blood, making hybrid aliens. And some humans have weird shaped heads, and some people are weird. And why aren't those people half aliens? You know what I mean? Like why? Like I believe they are. I believe they are. Why is everything in the future shiny and silver? Man, dude, I don't know. You've been there? Because I picture everything being like matte and flat. Unless you have been to the future. That's how I would paint the future. Matte and black, grim, grim. Also, I would splash a touch of grim out there and despair. I would like spray on the grim, and then I would roll on the despair of life. Because of the radiation, ah, I just think it like Battlefield Day. So I think this is a cool color palette. Like you know what I mean? Like just I don't know if you interior decorate, but Grim and Despair are in this year for colors, and Grim and Despair that's like a fucking flat dark gray and a grim brown. It's like dirt and death. It's like dirt and death color, like just like fucking death and despair. You know what I mean? That's just what's in, and I'm just following with the times, dude. You know what I mean? I don't think it's radiation. I think it's just because it's cool, like just straight up fucking fantastic like color palettes, even. Would you rather play Radioactive Man as an adult or Fallout Boy when you were a kid? Man, I don't even know what you mean by that. Like Radioactive Man, like do you mean the Simpsons game on Nintendo, which was like weak as fuck? Like Radioactive Man, like the Simpsons fucking side game, weak as fuck. Radioactive Man, and then the Fallout Shelter, Fallout Boy. I never played that. I've seen people play. I was like, I was busy like being cool in people's homes when someone was playing the game. Like someone's playing a game and it's Fallout. And I'm pretty sure that's the one where he's like, oh man, you get a piece of metal, then a candle, then this and that, then you make a little stove. Blah, blah, blah. You have like piece stuff together. And you know what I did instead of that? I like was cooler. Like you know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, we're at a party, you're playing, but I'm cooler because I'm not playing the video game. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not looking for high score right now when there's people in the house. Um because hella bags, future is bright. I don't know. I don't know if hella bags are in my future, but I also think the future is bright. My recipe for life is to like not to fail, and I seem to hover around that non-failing buffer, but I also have the potential to succeed. But I can easily, like, man, I can easily ride the non-fail wave. If that's a thing, if that's what if you even get that, it's like, is there stress in my life? No. Like work, can I do that? I can do it easily, but like there's no stress. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like low stress riding life just because it's easy. Just like in school, like man, I was bad. I was bad for being so smart in school. That even makes sense. Like, I mean, my mom was a teacher. She's like, I can't believe you got a B. I was like, blah, blah, blah. And I never studied for a thing in my life. I never studied for a god thing. And like, my mom was upset over bees. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay living life. Simpsons, yes. Oh, about the radioactive man, yeah. And man, I could have sworn, I don't know if I still have it or I don't have it or I used to have it, but I used to have Radioactive Man number one. And that's not a Bart Simpson number one. That's not a fucking Simpson number one. Or nothing like that. It's not Key. I had it. The present is a mirror of the future. I suppose so. I suppose so. And I do have a mirror as my bed headboard. And that's also practical for like palm readings and future lookings too. But yeah, today's mirrors is tomorrow's future. Do agree with that. And also, tag team back again. Check it, direct it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. JC's in the house. Jump for Joe. Party over here. Party over there. With your hands in the air. She can dare you. DC Murder getting busy. Whoop. There it is. You know what I mean? Whoop. There it is. Yeah, and the mirror's the future. Yeah, of course. Would you rather be friends with Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin? Um, I'd almost say like Peter Griffin, just because he's more wacky. Like at the end of the day, like besides Homer being a dumbass, has he even really done anything? Like, I mean, Peter Griffin seems to get in trouble more, and a little trouble goes a long way. A little trouble goes a long way. Oh man, and it's funny, and I puked today. I puked today pretty fucking good, and it was hilarious. So here, me and me and Ferger fucking had a couple beers over here, had a couple beers over there. So, and when I mean beers, I mean like I had double rum and cokes. So, anyways, they're sitting heavy. They're sitting heavy, and then it's like I have a smoke. I was like, Ferg, man, get some pre-Rs. So, anyways, Ferg gets some pre-rolls from the fucking dispensary. So we're smoking a joint. I'm having a smoke, blah blah blah. So we're like, I don't know, 3/4 through this joint, and I'm like getting all fucking coffee and fucking dry. I'm like, bro, and Ferg knows, like, get it out, get it out. I like power puke, just splash. For some reason, I was aiming for like the smoker's bucket, and it's almost like a good thing I didn't, because it was anyway. So, anyways, power puke, splash. This gelatin, like slimy mess of a puke, just blah, big, like big area. Anyways, we're like, oh, whatever. Go inside. We fucking keep drinking. Our meal comes. We eat. I'm like, oh, look at this fella. He just stepped into my puke. And you could tell he was like doing the old shoe dance, the look under and stuff like that. And the next thing you know, lady comes out, the bartender just comes out with a bucket full of hot water to fucking sploosh my puke. Anyways, it was like, I kind of like how it went down just because it, like, the life of a puke pile. Like, that could have been a document, the life of a puke pile. If local kids wanted to rent your property to hold a satanic ritual seance, would you rent to them? No fucking way, dude. I don't want any of that bad mojo around here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they're all like reverse hallelujah, like I will, yep, like, you know what I mean, the reverse style, I'd be like, no, guess what? You can just do somewhere. There's a cemetery up the street far enough that shouldn't affect me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna go for a piss, just right out here. I'll be back in a moment. Back in a jiff or a piss. Oh man, like, aren't you guys in for a treat though? Realistically, like, isn't it early enough that, like, isn't this great for us? Isn't it great for us to bond? I mean, my foot's been so fucking worse since the new cast. Like, man, before this new cast, it was like Mr. Old Hoppity fucking skip along, and then I get this new cast, and it's like, ah, that hurts. That fucking hurts a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and everyone's like, oh, you gotta go get it recast. But there's a fucking hospital strike, and it's like, for me to go get it recast, that's like a fucking 6 hour at the fucking hospital. It'd be like, oh, you want to spend 6 hours at the hospital again getting your fucking. I just think, like, maybe it's like my leg was used to one thing. There's a different kind of shape. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me be strong on two. Let me be stronger both. Like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't this just gonna make me stronger? Just the pain. The pain will make me stronger, I believe. Do the robot dance. Oh, you talk about one of these. Pass it, pass it. Bam. One of these robots. When was the last time you did a body shot off a bartender's stomach? Ooh, it's almost like I could. not pinpoint the day exactly, but I can remember the moment exactly. And that was the night I met Mrs. Poop, and I didn't want anything to do with her just because she was so fucking drunk. But her being drunk aside, we were doing shout off the bar. It was like Coyote Ugly night. It was like, pour some sugar on me. And the bartenders would. And then, like, we're like out of towners with a lot of money. So next thing you know, like, I don't know how many fucking sexy navels I got offered, but a lot. A lot of sexy navels. And it was like, slurp, slurp, glurp, glurp, bloop, 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 little fucking lint in that one. But you know what I mean? It was like a whole night of it. And yeah, that was the last time. That was the last time. Is blasphemy to have sex in a cemetery? I think as a young child, and I don't, man, I don't mean the young child, like a fucking young teen. I think I second based in a funeral before. It's like graves are here. That room, I was it was almost like that gravekeeper shed, and then up here, up on a fucking rocky cliff, that was like too hard to dig for graves. So, anyways, me and this girl were, I think we're second basing up there, and you know what I mean. Like I wanted more, but it only turned to second base, and I think it turned into second base because of creepiness. I think it was like almost like, and she was all like, instead of like being super interested in my penis, she's almost like, man, we're in a fucking cemetery. This is not the romantic first date I had envisioned. And I was like, oh man, this is great. And she was like, and then she just wanted to go home. And I'm like, all right, cool, 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 cool. Let me walk you home. Deadpool, how weak is your armpit hair game? Oh man, it's forever weak. Do you want me to show you some? Like, man, I don't know if this will even show up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking sit here and take off my shirt or anything, but let me reveal a little bit to you. And man, you'll be surprised on how weak. Like, shouldn't you be seeing hair by now? Man, shouldn't you be seeing hair by now? Do you want more than that? Do you want more than that? Is that what you want? Like, man, I've never shaved my armpits ever in life. Look, I've never shaved my armpits ever in life, dude. Ever in life. That's and I think a lot of it is sometimes that deodorant is too fucking powerful and maybe it burns my hair off, but I was never armpit hairy. Like you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Generally, have you lit belly button lint on fire lately? Oh man, you guys caught me on the wrong day. Well, no, actually, man, that was surprising. Cause man, that is surprising. And I showered today. I swear to God, I showered today. Like you know what I mean? Like, should we set this off, guys? Like old times. Dead poop. Are you transsexual or non-binary because you have no armpit hair? Uh, I'm just a cool dude, and what I lack in my armpits, I make up in my butt crack. So isn't that unattractive for all parties? Like I have like a hefty leg hair game that goes right up to the belt line. And then after that, I have this small patch right above the old ass crack that, man, for some reason, that little patch seems to want to grow some long stuff. Like that little patch seems to want to grow some long hairs. It's almost like I could like gingerly have it braided, or I could like no gingerly have it braided. I think that was the best thing. I think that was the best thing to say. Have you considered tattooing some armpit hair? No. Man, why would I tattoo it like I just said? I have like an endless supply in my butt crack. Let me remove some of my butt crack hair, transplant it into my armpits. Is I have great hair, but isn't it weak a little bit over here? Just like I got a weak crow's nest. Butt hair here too, a little bit. Boom, butt hair, butt hair, butt hair. Where else could I use butt hair? Like maybe more knuckles, like maybe a little butt hair on the knuckles. Be like wow, like look at my hairy butt hair knuckles. Like you know what I mean? Like sometimes I do like hairy knuckles. Is like, oh man, is this guy Cro-Magnon man? This guy's scary. So you know what I mean? I get extra fucking butt hair knuckles on my knuckles. But yeah, here. Like you know what I mean? Like technically, I won't. That's what I mean. I wouldn't tattoo my hair because I have like lots to get from. You know what I mean? And I don't know what your guys' natural resources is, but mine is an abundance. Mine is an abundance of like fucking misplaced hair that could be better placed. And also, what's another natural resources that I have? I don't know. That's definitely one of them. That's definitely one of them. And that's a great resource. Like, man, I could give you hairs. Like, I could give you hairs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck giving away blood or da da da. But you need a better hairline on your forehead. I'll give you some of my ass crack hair. Take it right out, give it to you where like it doesn't grow back where you took it out. Perfect. Do you have any commentary on Marco's hair transplant? Commentary in what way? Did it need to be done? I don't think so. Does he feel better about it? I think so. Does it dull? Does it does it dull the sharpness of it? What he was concerned about? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but the money value, money bang of it. Like, you know what I mean. Did it fully solve the issue? And I didn't even think it was an issue to begin with. I don't think so. Like, you know what I mean. Like, this would be like I don't know, multiple process return. More butt hair. Like, you know what I mean. Like, put more butt hair. That's what you're going for. What are your thoughts on tattoo eyebrows? Tattoo eyebrows. What, on a male or a female? Either or. Isn't that not hair? Isn't that not hair? And then you're not serving the purpose that that hair is meant to be purposed to do. Because man, eyebrows, you sweat from your forehead. Eyebrows catch it for it not to go in your eye. You have no eyebrows or tattooed on. You're getting that sweaty What's in your hair? You got like gel? You got products in here. Next thing you know, you get chemicals right from the forehead to the eye. Boom, your eyes are burning. You know what I mean? Like, why would you even tattoo eyebrows? Some girls do want to look good. And man, let them look good. But shape what you have. And not fucking shave him and get a full reset. Just shape what you have. I think. But man, am I a fashion expert? Am I an eyebrow? No, I'm not an eyebrow expert. Am I a fashion? No, I'm not. Like, look at me. I'm pretty sure the lady when she cut my cast off, she was like, in her head is like, man, this guy's cast is gonna stink, and I surprised her wrong.